How's it going, guys? The new year is officially here. And that means it's time to get started on those New Year's fitness resolutions. Now, we all know how easy it is to let our resolutions go by the wayside, especially when the weather outside is less than ideal. That's why in today's episode, I'll be using heat transfer vinyl and two-step heat transfer printing to create a custom windbreaker that will allow you to work out rain or shine. I'll take you through the entire printing process, from setting up your designs in your cutting and printing software to cutting out your vinyl design, marrying your two-step transfer design, and applying it to our windbreaker. But before we get started, remember to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date on our latest videos. Let's start by taking a look at our materials. For this project, we'll be using a blank windbreaker, A and B transfer paper, the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer, heat transfer vinyl, the RCP 6301 25-inch vinyl cutter, and the Ricoma auto open 16x20 flat heat press. I'll start with my heat transfer vinyl design. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my SignMaster CUT+ARMS program. Once it's open, I'm gonna go to New Document. And the first thing I'm gonna do is the letterhead here, I'm gonna use the crown, which is 15x20 inch. That way, my design, I'm gonna have to rotate it, and I'll show you why. So now we're gonna go to File, I'm gonna go to Import, and the file right here is called Superhuman Letters. We're going to click Import as Rendered Image, and click Accept. And right here, I'm gonna set it right here. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna right click, and right here where it says Object and Display Tools, I'm gonna go to Transformations, and I'm gonna rotate this 90 degrees. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm working with a 12-inch roll of vinyl and my letters are longer than 12 inches. If I were to leave it horizontal, the letters will be cropped. So now we're gonna click again here. We're gonna go to the Apple icon, select Create Cut Contour. Right here where it says images detected, do you wish to include their auto trace contours? We're gonna select yes. And then we're gonna go to the composite tab. And here, we're gonna make sure that key pulls is checked. Once that's checked, we'll select trace. There we go. We're gonna hit apply. All right, it's all highlighted. We're gonna select accept. And now, we're gonna go to the cutter. Once that's done, I will load my vinyl sheet into my cutter and lock it in place. I will set the cutting force to 200, the blade on level 4, and the speed to 500. And now, I'm gonna go to the cutter. Here, since this is heat transfer vinyl, remember, just make sure that this is checked where it says mirror. After that, you'll hit area test. Right here where it says send area test, you'll click yes. All you do now is select cut now, proceed with cutting, click yes, and the plotter will do the rest. Now it's time to weed out my excess vinyl. Now that my design is weeded out, I'm gonna go ahead and lay this to the side and take care of my two-step heat transfer design. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my LuminRIP software and I'm gonna ensure that I'm on CMYW and I'm going to click File, Import Image, select Windbreaker design, and then I'm gonna go up to the toolbar and make sure to select fit to selected page path. Right, so now my design, that's where I need it to be, 8.27 by 6.39. Approximately 8.3 by 6.4 is what I wanted. And the reason I chose CMYW is because since we have white on the design, if we were to choose CMYK in print, you won't have any of the white come out. So CMYW, make sure that's selected. Then we go to color adjust. Make sure that max ink is at max 400. Saturation, we're gonna bring down to about 25. The rendering is absolute. And we're gonna check off enable ink removal. That way, the colors look more vibrant when I print out the design. I'm gonna open my tray, place my transfer sheet shiny side facing down and matte side facing up. And then after that, we're gonna select print and we'll let the printer spool up and then it'll print the design. All right, that looks good. The great thing about working with the Luminaris 200 is how quickly and easily I can print full color garments which I can then apply to a wide range of garments. It's so quick, in fact, that we actually used it in a past episode of Print Pros to decorate over 100 caps in a single day. I'll be sure to leave a link to that episode in the card above and the description below in case you're interested in checking that video out. The next thing I will have to do is marry my transfer sheet with my adhesive sheet. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna warm up my non-stick platen to ensure even heat distribution. I will use my digital touchscreen to set my heat press to 310 degrees Fahrenheit and set my timer for 300 seconds. Once that's set and my heat press has reached my desired temperature, I will roll out my non-stick platen and place my transfer sheet glossy side down. Then I'll put my adhesive sheet on top of my transfer sheet, matte side facing up, and then I'm going to fold a small dog ear into the top corner. And this is going to make it easier to peel my transfer paper after I've married my two sheets. Now I'm just going to cover up my two sheets with Teflon paper and close my heat press. Once the timer elapses, I'll peel off the adhesive sheet in one smooth, consistent motion while it's on my platen and still warm. Next, I'm gonna place my Windbreaker onto my heat press and press it for about 5 seconds to get any wrinkles or moisture out before the transfer. Once I've pressed my Windbreaker, I'll place the transfer sheet across the back, shiny side facing up, about 4 finger lengths beneath from where my hood connects to my jacket. All right, that looks good. So now I'll put my Teflon sheet over my design and press it for 30 seconds at 310 degrees. Once it's done, I'll pull out my rollout platen, and since the transfer paper I'm using calls for a cold peel, I'm gonna take my jacket off my heat press and let my design cool down completely before peeling it. The last thing I'm gonna do is place my Windbreaker on the heat press, cover it with a piece of Teflon paper, and close the heat press for 20 seconds to seal my design and create a permanent bond. Now for the finishing touch, I'm gonna apply my heat transfer vinyl designs on my sleeves. So I'm gonna flatten out my right sleeve on my heat press and let the rest of my Windbreaker hang off the side. I'll press my sleeve for 5 seconds to remove any wrinkles. Then I'm just gonna lay my design lengthwise across my forearm before covering it up with my Teflon sheet and pressing it for 20 seconds at 310 degrees. Now the heat transfer vinyl that I'm using recommends a hot peel, so I can immediately peel this off my jacket. All right, that looks perfect. Now I'm just gonna flip my jacket over and do the same thing for my left sleeve. Now that we're done decorating our windbreaker, it's time to hit the showers and talk about what kind of profit you can make from doing a project like this. You can buy a blank windbreaker like the one we used in this video for $12.45. We also used about $1.76 worth of transfer paper, 10 cents worth of toner, and 50 cents of heat transfer vinyl. So the total cost for a project like this is around $15. However, once complete, you can sell this custom windbreaker on Etsy for as much as $44. That's nearly a 66% profit margin. All right, that's it for us today. If you found any of this information helpful, remember to subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you'll be notified when we post new content. Also, don't forget to follow us on Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery Group on Facebook, where we share helpful tips every day. Not to mention, there are over 33,000 members in there that can help you as well. We're also active on Instagram, where we share tips, stories, and mini how-to tutorials for everything embroidery and printing related. Links to our social media channels can be found in the description below, along with a link to the videos mentioned in this episode. And if you have any tips or tricks for layering vinyl that I didn't mention, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.